Welcome back to RPG Elite, where we put the RP back into RPG. We're giving you tools and tips to make your RPG experience more immersive and enjoyable. Servant of Shiloh here, back at the helm here, and we are continuing our tutorial in the new and upcoming Skirmish virtual tabletop software. Before we get started, folks, I want to go ahead and encourage you, if anything on this channel is helping you, which is really the main reason why this channel exists, if it's helping you, then go ahead, click that like button. And also, if you want to just continue to see more videos come out, I try to come out with one once a week, probably twice a week sometimes. With my schedule, I'm able to do that. So if you like these, go ahead, click that subscribe button. Listen, I do this for a hobby. Again, you don't see any advertisements anywhere on my channel because I do this for a hobby, and I want you guys to get the best information you possibly can. So go ahead, click like, click subscribe, and hit the notifications button so you know when a new video hits it. Okay, now, if you go and download this software, they say that this software is in beta. I beg to differ. Me and a friend of mine were playing with this last night and really getting into the guts of it, and we both agree that it is not quite beta, but it is not quite alpha either. So I've come up with a new word. It's alpha. That's right. It's between alpha and beta, alpha. And so don't expect every single thing to work, because every single thing probably isn't going to work. But if you find a glitch or anything like that, then go to the community and let them know on their forums. I'm going to put a link in the description. Go to the forums, let them know, spread the love, be a part of the community, help them out. This is what I'm doing here just by making these videos. It's just helping them out. I really want them to go ahead and concentrate on making the software, and I'll make the videos. And as I make these videos, I'm going to make them as detailed as I can within about a 15-minute period, give or take. And I want you to walk away from this not saying, what does this button do? I want you to say, I know what that button does. And I want you to be a boss. Whenever we give a tutorial on this channel, it will be in detail, okay? So I'll try to make it as, I don't want to go too fast, but I do want to give you a lot of information in a short amount of time. So in this video today, we're going to concentrate more on character traits. Now, you can call them properties or attribute to whatever you want to call them. I call them traits. So last time we concentrated on appearance. And, you know, if you remember, we set up tokens and all the rest of that stuff. And we also set up portraits and things like that. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to kind of do a refresher on some small little details that I didn't show you guys before. So let's get right into this and get back into tokens. I made 3 tokens for Raphaelin. So I'm going to go ahead and go to his normal token. I messed up already. Let's go back, go to his normal token, click this button right here. So I didn't go over this before. The pencil button right here is what you click on if you want to go back and edit a token that you have made. So I want to go back and I want to do that. And this is his token that I have. And I wanted to go through a couple of these. I didn't go through these. We went through this over here, but we didn't go through a couple of the other ones. So let's do that right now. This clear button is going to clear it out. And it says, do you want to remove the current bitmap for this sprite? Sprite? I just don't understand why they use that word. It makes me laugh every time I see it. But it asks you if you want to remove it. And if you say yes, then it's going to go ahead and remove the image. If you want to put it back, you put it back. It's going to come right back in the same way that he was cleared, if it's the same one, or even if it's a different one, it's going to be pointing in the right direction that you want it because of the settings that you have here. If you want to flip him around, he's right-handed right now. You want to make him left-handed, you can. You want to flip him around like that. When you flip it horizontally, that will probably be used more for props than it will be for anything else. the auto crop function. Now, I know works. I know this is supposed to work, right? It just, when you click on this right here, it just doesn't do anything. Yeah, I'm going to suppose that if you have a token that's bigger, right, and then you click on auto crop, it'll automatically do that for you. I am supposing that. Now, if somebody out there want to go through and really let us know, hey, this is what the auto crop does, go ahead and do that. But I think you get the hint on what it does. Now, the one thing that I think is important is that when you want to make multiple tokens, one of the things that is important is to have a quick way to do that. One of the quick ways to do it in Skirmish is to copy the first token that you make. If you're going to make multiple tokens on a character, remember, you can make multiple tokens in Skirmish on each character. So if I just push copy, then here's my suggestion to the devs. You can press it, highlights as you can see, but there's no animation or anything to make sure that something's actually happened. And I would add an animation at least to the button that, look like it presses down so we can see something happening there. Now, I also want to make another suggestion to the devs. In this area here, when you're setting your percentages and the degrees and things like that, if you go to scaling right now and you put it up to another scaling, you decide, I just want to put it right back down to 100%. If trying to get it back right on 100% is you have to fiddle with the thing forever. It would be a lot easier if we could just click on these numbers here and just put in the number that we want. Make it quick, easy, painless. That's my suggestion. All right. So let's say we cleared this and we cleared that out and we want to make another token. Same token, we just want to add something to it. So what we do is we will paste it, and there you go. And then you can put on it whatever you want to put on it. So that is how the small little other details that you use. Now I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that, and there's a couple more. If I wanted to say, I don't want to call this wounded, I want to call this dying. This little box right here with the cursor and the square, that is how you rename your token. If you go back here, we all know what the trash bag or trash can is, right? Delete. So those are the small little details that I left out, and I never want to leave out anything because I'm never coming to the table just automatically assuming that everybody knows what all that stuff means. Like I said, details, folks, details, they are important. Okay, we're going to just come on out of here. And now we're going to move forward with 3 more aspects of the character. And that is going to be, we're going to minimize that. We're going to do attributes first. So in this, I really call these things more states, and you might even be more familiar with the term states as well. And there are different states that you can set in this game. Number one is the character visible to everybody? It could be they're hiding in the bushes, right? Nobody can see them. They're hiding in the bushes. They can't be seen. So you want to put no. If they're just out in the open and everybody can see them, then you can put yes. And so there's only 2. If you highlight it and you have the pull down menu, you have yes and no. I'm just going to put yes here because we're going to need to see them. And size. Now this is only for, players who are nearby, players you can see and things like that. Even for some of the NPCs. NPCs might not be able to see them once you switch it to player mode, things like that. Okay, so let's go and highlight size. Now, if you remember, I talked about token scaling that is under appearance and how the base does not scale with the token when you change the size. Well, if you do want that base to scale, this is the place for it. You just put in, and let me show you what I'm talking about. It's at 1 right now. Put it at 2, and look what happened. Boom! There it is. And the base, remember, the base is this section right here with the arrow and the circle around it. That scales with the token when it is under attributes. Now, I'm going to have a whole separate video on changing the size of your character because it just needs a whole separate video by itself to understand how it works. Going to another aspect or state, I should say, here is the character flying. Now, you can get a lot of hints about what all this stuff does if you just go to the box down here. And it says, flying creatures do not spring some traps. I would also suggest that flying creatures can, just kind of fly over buildings. And so they can ignore walls, just like the next one, which is ethereal. If they are ethereal, they can ignore walls and walk through the walls that are on the map. So normally when a DM makes a map, they put lines on the map, and certain lines do certain things. And I'm going to go over that in a separate video at some time. Don't know when, but at some time. And the solid lines will not allow anyone to go through them. But if you're ethereal, you will be allowed to go through them. So that's what these states do here. Pretty simple, pretty self-explanatory. Here's my problem with the states. I have it set to yes for both of them, but as you can see, there's nothing on Rophilan that lets you know that he's ethereal or that he's flying. There should be some kind of token or something that attaches to the token, or image, I should say. There should be some type of image or something that attaches to the token so that we can see that, oh, yeah, he's flying. Oh, he's ethereal. Yeah, okay. And so we know what we can do with that token. I have a million of those things, a million of those little images in different states that let you know, oh, they're knocked out. Oh, they're confused, that kind of thing. So that's just a suggestion. Moving on to the blood. Okay, well, if you're gory like that and you want to see, I want it really realistic. All right. Well, first thing is that you can change the color of your blood, highlight on that, click down on this, and it's ridiculous how many colors. You got the system colors here that goes on forever. You got your web colors here, and that goes on forever. And you got your custom colors here, and you have some down here that you can put in there. So there's a lot of different colors that you can use for blood. And can the character bleed at all? If the character is a robot, apparently they're not going to be able to bleed, right? Or if there's some kind of other, it depends on what kind of RPG you're playing. If you're playing science fiction, if you're playing like super heroic type deal, then more than likely you're going to run into some characters who cannot bleed. Okay, so that works in conjunction with the meters. Now I'm going to do meters in a separate video, but I am going to show you how blood works right now. So as you can see, I have a meter on my character right here for their health point meter. And what will happen when I click on the character like this, and I'm going to say, okay, my character just took 10 points of damage. So I'm going to say he took 10 points. I'm going to click the minus over here. Boom. And look what happens. Right over here, you can see, we got blood. We got blood. If we do it again and say, he lost 10 more points of damage. And it's underneath him right now. You can't really see it. And then we click it again, and it's underneath him right now again. So let me get off, and let me just unhighlight him, and you can see it. Okay, so now you can see some is in the bushes over here, some's right here at his feet, some's over here. So that's how the blood works. And him taking, he should be about, actually we should change that token too. You should change that token to, that boy is wounded. And so you can do that. Now, let me talk about changing the token as well. At the moment, a dying token, like say you wanted that as your wounded token or whatever, you would, the only way that it applies is if you put it under a live token. So I'm not real sure why that is. I don't know if that's something that's going to be added later where it automatically knows whether you're wounded or not, but that is, you're going to have to change it in the alive token area and not the wounded and not the dying token area. Okay, so that's how blood works. And like I said, it works in conjunction with meters, and we'll get on meters at a different time. Now, last but not least, here is the place where you change the name of your character all over. So here in the portrait, here under the left hand pane, and then over here on the actual token, I should say, itself. So if I wanted to change his name to Fred, I just go, what up, Fred?
and it changes on all three of them. That's Fred. Of course, his name's not Fred. His name's Rafielin. So stop that. Rafielin. Boom. Change it back. And the type of character, whether they're a neutral PC, whether they're a hostile NPC, or whether they're a PC. So I should say neutral NPC, hostile NPC, or a PC. If I wanted him to be a PC, just click him like that. He moves up here, but he is an NPC, so we're going to put him back down here. All right, folks. Well, that is it for this video. Really quick, but detailed. You should know all of that stuff that we just went over. Now, the next time I'm going to go over lighting, and I'm going to spend most of my time on lighting and vision because it's really cool in this game, even though we'll go over 3 more aspects: lighting, position, and vision. So until next time, happy gaming and God bless.